Have you ever heard the expression rat race? We use it to criticize our lifestyle. Always running late, always doing 10 things at the same time, always trying to compete with other people. It sounds crazy, doesn't it? I know that lifestyle can't be healthy, but sometimes work forces you to live like that. Let's talk about competing at work. If you work in a company or if you have a business, you know very well what the competition or your competitors are. They are the professionals, companies or businesses that offer similar products or services as you do. When we compare ourselves with the competition, we can find that we have advantages and disadvantages. Repeat with me: advantage, disadvantage. You must pronounce them like manage or baggage. When we analyse the competition, we can determine who the market leader is, what our market position is, and what we want our market position to be. That's very important when you work on strategic plans. So what expressions do we use when we talk about advantages? We can say, the good thing is that our customers trust us. The most important thing is that we invest in R&D, research and development. One thing in our favour is that we have offices in different time zones. Of course, we also need to talk about our strengths and weaknesses. A strength is a good characteristic, something that makes you strong compared to the competition. Weakness is the opposite, a particular quality that is not so good or strong. We can talk about the strengths and the weaknesses of a person or of a company. So, a hiring manager could ask you in an interview, what are your strengths? And you could answer, I'm a good team player. I'm used to tight deadlines. I have years of experience in my field. You can also show the strengths of your company on your website and with some marketing material. In other words, you can show what you are good at. And even if things aren't great, you need to find positive elements in your strategy. You could say, despite the terrible sales from last year, I'm sure that things will improve. Despite losing sales, we are still making a profit. We use despite to introduce a fact which makes the other part of the sentence surprising. For example, despite being a bad worker, he was promoted. Despite the good figures, the company made 10 people redundant. As for the vocabulary related to disadvantages, I hope you never have to use it, but you may hear these words. Downside, which is the disadvantage of a situation. For example, the downside of this proposal is that the schedule is not well defined. Frequent criticism is a negative comment that is commonly made. For example, A frequent criticism that we receive is that no one answers the phone. Drawback, which is also a disadvantage, the negative part of a situation. For example, one major drawback is that half of the staff are off on holiday over Christmas. In any case, if you find you're worse than your competition, you don't want to be negative about it. Analyse your weaknesses, talk to your team, and try to apply the right measures. Things will get better.
To want is one of the first verbs you learn when you study English. However, there is one use of this verb that you may not know. We often use to want to make recommendations like this. You don't want to upset the boss right now. He's had a terrible morning. You may want to send that report before the deadline. You could take a day off then. There's always something new to learn.
And that's it for Unit 20. Remember, you can refresh all the concepts we've seen with the book and do the exercises in it. By the way, you don't want to miss the next unit. There's still more to learn. See you soon.